Hello, my name is Diane Trout, and this is my YouTube video for ED407 3D printing for student created lessons. First question was, what is 3D printing? 3D printing is taking a model of what you want printed and inputting it into the software so it will print a real model. Basically, it's taking what is in the computer and making it so it's tangible. The second question was, how is it currently being used? Well, right now, one of the most common uses is creating toy models. Another is replacing broken parts in your car or a hardware product in an office. Also, prototypes are to make sure they also create prototypes to make sure things fit before sending it to mass production. And they're also using it in medical models. I recently read where they are using 3D printing to try and make a human heart that functions. Also, loving Disney. Some of the things that I've seen, they came out with a new parade um, quite recently, and some of the headpieces that the actors wear in the parade are made from 3D printing. It's a lot cheaper and a lot less heavy than the normal materials that you would normally use for the type of work that they were doing. So there comes some good things with 3D printing, but with the toy printing, one of the things that I read was it's hard, how we have a bunch of collectible things now, and what's to keep someone from taking a very rare Lego figure. My boys love Legos. Some of these as an example that I saw online. Let's say that someone can't take a Lego they have or a Lego they have a picture of online and putting that into their 3D printer and mass producing fake Legos. No, it would take a good eye to really see the difference. So you just want to, that's the bad thing about it. Um, it could be applied in a classroom in many, many, many different ways. In the classroom, you can print models. So students could have models of anything, whether it's something in science, a rifle that was used in the Revolutionary War, a model of the ships that used to sail across the ocean, a model of the castles, or in science it could be a model of a frog that you're trying to dissect, or a volcano, or anything like that. It gives students the ability to be more hands-on, and it gives them the chance to be creative and see more instant results. So the next thing was the pros and cons. I already kind of talked about one of the cons of the toy making. One of the positives is in the medical field, you can print body parts for surgery, such as kneecaps, and people are able to have surgery in a shorter period of time now because there's not a waiting period if we had more 3D printing. Another thing that I came across was a possible food source one day. They've already done 3D printing of chocolate that you could eat. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it'd be pretty fun. Hey, I want a chocolate bar. I'm just going to go to my computer, print one off. Might be dangerous for me if I had that ability. Another positive is the economy could be changed since consumers have more of the ability to print their own objects, which would lead to more personalized manufacturing. So we wouldn't have copies and copies and copies and copies of designer clothes or shoes or handbags. We could make our own to suit our taste. So that would definitely help the economy. One of the negatives is weapons could be made. Deadly weapons could be made on 3D printers. Also, loss of jobs in the manufacturing sector. If people could print things at home, why would they need to go to a store to buy it? It also leads to unhealthy air emissions and has the potential for digital piracy of items, like I was talking about with the Legos. And it uses 50 to 100 times more energy than what we currently use. So there's good and there's bad about 3D printing, just like with everything else. There's good and there's bad. Right now, a personal 3D printer runs about $3,000, which for me is expensive, and plus the materials that are used in there. I found that 2.2 pounds of the filament used costs thirty to $50 depending on what kind it is. So you're looking at $3,000 plus $30 to $50 for 2.2 pounds used, and depending on the size of what you're printing and how often you're printing something, that could be a lot of money just for the materials. In the commercial sector, a 3D printer is $9,000 to $12,000. So there too, that's looking at quite a bit of money just for the machine, not to mention how much the filament is that you would use. So, like all things, there's good and bad. I think 3D printing is on the track to being something great and wonderful, but we still have quite a ways to get there, I think. Right now, I think schools, it would be quite expensive for schools to use, but down the road, we'll get there where we'll be able to have a 3D printer in every classroom, I think. So, it's very interesting to research 3D printing, and I hope you enjoyed my YouTube video. Thank you.